Murphy. I'm a freshman sport analytics major, and I'm from Kingston, New York.
Why did you want to play Syrvivor Syracuse?
I want to play Survivor Syracuse because, first of all, I'm a huge fan of the TV show Survivor on CBS. And as a fan and a competitor, I wanted to see how I would be able to play the game and test what I've seen in the game. And I really think that I'd be able to compete and potentially make it to the end. And I want to see how well I can do.
How would your friend or one of your friends describe you as a person?
I think my friends would describe me as a loyal, funny, caring friend who, is there if you need him, but like lighthearted, always want to have fun and, have a good time.
What type of player do you consider yourself to be? More social or more physical?
I would say in this sense probably social. I wouldn't discount, like my physical, competition abilities. But as far as the game of Survivor, I would say social because I consider myself to be a strategist. And I think a big part of it is your relationships with other people and making connections that kind of further you in the game.
What are some of your strengths and then some of your weaknesses?
So my strengths would definitely be like my strategic ability, analytics, stuff like that, trying to figure out what's the best move. I think I'm relatively strong socially, being able to make connections or reach out to people and kind of, dive into what I think is best. As for weaknesses, probably, I'm probably more farsighted as far as what the game would be concerned or in general. So that could probably make me blind to some nearsighted, short-term problems, stuff like that. Or probably, a general trustworthiness towards other people and placing trust in the wrong people's hands, depending on, these relationships that could come back to bite me. So that's probably it.
If you have one, what's your favorite Survivor player and why?
So my favorite player is probably a newer one. I would say Rick Devens from season 38. I think that's what it was. But I liked his ability in the game. I think he was a great player, really fun to watch, entertaining. But also as a player in the game, he played really well, won some clutch challenges after he came back from extinction in the merge and had some really good idle plays and really made, even though he was on the bottom for a lot of the game, really made it far. And, I think that it's a really nice player to watch.
With not knowing anyone into this game, do you have a strategy heading into it?
So not knowing anyone is definitely a bit scary going into it. But as far as how I want to approach it, I think a good starting place would be to make connections with everyone on my tribe. But I think the one big thing I want is to make a genuine connection with at least one person that kind of extends beyond the game to get like a loyal actual friend. Because when it comes down to it, it's a lot harder, not for the sake of strategy, but like having someone who is there by your side for all of it, no matter what, is going to be a lot easier than going into each tribal council after a week of gameplay that you might not have, full awareness of. It's going to be a lot easier to go in with probably a sure vote and, someone in your corner.
How will you set yourself apart in this game? Whether that be talking to as much people as you can, looking for idols whenever you can. What do you think?
So I think a big part of it is going to be staying on top as far as maybe not majority, but staying in favorable side of the vote, keeping alliances where people are, working together and have potential to further each other. Particularly with idols, I want to look for idols as many as I can find. It'd be great. It's those type of plays that really set people apart. We talked about Rick Devens, and I mean, the fact that he had 4 idols, I think, during that season and had some really big plays with them. Those are the things that separate people apart, and that's kind of what I want to recreate.
So an additional question that I just don't tell people about. So obviously there's going to be a twist in this season. How are you going to prepare for it if you can prepare for it?
I think a big way to do that would be keeping an open mind and being ready to have anything happen at any time. And I know there's a question on the application about David or Goliath, so that's probably could be a hint. I don't know. But as far as preparing for the twist, I think a big part of it is really how you're going to react when you find out what it is. Because if you have a game plan and the twist completely messes it up and you have nothing to fall back on, you're going to be way behind. Whereas if you go in with I want to do this and then I can mold this around it, that's probably a better way to approach it.
Why do you think you're going to be the winner?
So I think I'll win because of my strategic ability and my social skills, being able to connect with people and be a loyal person to everyone. Crossing people, it probably isn't the way to do it. It really never is. I think I'll be able to win challenges towards the end of the game if I get there find idols and make the right plays and just have connections on the jury with people who are in the game still to move me further and have the votes at the end to win the game. Well, it's Syrvivor Syracuse. Better look out, I'm coming and I'm ready to win. Hello, my name is Austin Murphy, and welcome to my Syrvivor Syracuse pregame interview.